What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another news video here today. Now today we're going to be talking a little bit more about the Xbox Series X, and I'm sure we'll find some other news as well, but so far we've got some Xbox Series X news, and this is Microsoft is claiming the Xbox Series X and S are the only next-gen consoles with full RDNA 2 hardware support. So that's a very, very interesting statement. We're actually going to read into that a little bit more, so let's have a look. So it says, following the reveal of AMD's Radeon RX 6000 series of RDNA 2 GPUs, Microsoft released an announcement of its own about the Xbox Series X and S. According to the announcement, the two consoles will be the only ones among the next generation with full hardware support for all the RDNA 2 capabilities AMD showcased today. We also get a breakdown of said promised future features, or said promised features in general. AMD's latest RDNA 2 architecture delivers a significant increase in performance and efficiency over previous architectures, as well as adding new hardware acceleration capabilities, including hardware-accelerated ray tracing, or DirectX ray tracing, mesh shaders, sample feedback, and variable rate shading. Hardware-accelerated DirectX ray tracing, showcased at launch by the titles such as Ubisoft's Watch Dogs Legion, enables developers to deliver a new level of visual fidelity and immersion throughout techniques such as realistic lighting, shadows, reflections, and acoustics. Mesh shaders can manipulate geometry in real time to provide a high level of fidelity and flexibility that developers have never had before. Sample feedback greatly improves memory efficiency by allowing games to load into memory with fine granularity. I can't even say that word, I'm going to skip over it. Only the portions of textures that the GPU needs for a scene, as it needs it, providing an effective 2.5 times memory and bandwidth multiplier belong the raw hardware capabilities. Sampler feedback also enables efficient creation and shading of textures on demand. So essentially, it's quicker, is what they're saying there. It's much faster. The graphics card gets what it needs to output the what's displayed on the screen faster. So there's less of a gap. So essentially, I'm trying to put it in layman's terms a little bit. The gap between going from the GPU taking what it needs to show on screen is much quicker. That gap is very, very quick now. So it says, finally, variable rate shading VRS delivers much finer grain controls on how developers can leverage the full power of the Series X and S by enabling developers to focus their GPU resources on the areas of a frame that most benefits without reducing the overall image quality. By leveraging techniques like VRS, games such as Gears 5 can see performance increases up to 15% and beyond, resulting in higher, more consistent frame rates and resolutions at the exact same image quality. All of those next generation capabilities are available via hardware in both the Series X and Series S, and we are excited for them to also come to PC, providing a common set of features that developers can rely on when developing their games across console and PC. So this is great news. So this is showing that you're not going to get all these RDNA 2 features on PS5. PS5 is not a fully fledged RDNA 2 GPU like it is in the Series X. It is just not, guys. I don't care who you are. It is not the same thing. I know a lot of people fanboy over the PS5 and the Xbox, but a lot of people fanboy over the PS5 this generation, and it is just not as powerful as the Series X. Yes, it has an SSD, but again, the SSD does not make up for the lack of GPU and CPU power compared to the Series X. It is just not the same thing. You cannot put, well, however fast Sony could have the fastest SSD in the entire flipping world, it would not make up the graphics power that the Series X has over it. It just doesn't. So that is really interesting. It just shows how much they've actually put into the Series X, how much they've thought about it. And this is just more amazing considering this thing is the same price as the PS5. It's actually it really is incredible what Microsoft have done with this console. And with Game Pass alongside it, they really are having a fantastic generation this time. And today I tried out for the first time streaming my actual Xbox system directly to my phone, and I can say it is absolutely fantastic. I was able to play various different titles in my work lunch break, and it's just absolutely fantastic that I can play these full-fledged Xbox games on my phone during my lunch break, or on the bus, or when I'm in a car, whatever it is, I can play these games. It's absolutely fantastic, as long as you have a decent internet connection. Now, one thing I want to talk about is the delay of Cyberpunk. Now, I'm disappointed that Cyberpunk has been delayed. It has been delayed now until, I believe it's December the 10th, which is disappointing, but at the same time, I fully understand. With everything that's going on in the world at the moment, that is one of the biggest problems with it. It's a shame that there's a problem, that's caused a delay, but at the same time, for those people who are very disappointed and just tempted to not buy the game because of it, would you not rather that they perfected these games and then had the copy that was completely finished, rather than getting something like Fallout 76 where there's bugs and glitches all over the place, or Assassin's Creed or something like that? But you'd rather get a fully fledged game that's finished, especially a game as big as Cyberpunk. I don't want to buy this game and get it on the day and it's got bugs all over. I'd rather they delayed it another year and it was perfect at this point. Like, finish the game, take the time that CD Projekt Red need to do to finish the game, and then release it to us. We want a fully finished game. We want it with no missing features to rush it out early. We want everything that we were promised, and that's it. And that's what they're doing. They're pulling things back. They're thinking, right, let's take another few, it's only a couple of weeks, and then we'll release it then. So that's something that's happening at the moment. It's been delayed again, as I said, and we just have to be patient, guys. It's just something that's happening. There's things going on in the world. It's not like a normal year this year. There's problems, and it's a very different world this time. So it's understandable that so many games are getting delayed, and this is why, and something Sony is so good at, is just not giving release dates for the games. They announced God of War 2 and they didn't give a release date, and they shouldn't, because it's probably going to be like a 2023 2024 game, and they shouldn't give a release date for something like that, because you just never know what's going to happen, especially at the moment. This thing that's going on in the world is a problem, and there's so much is being delayed, so it's best almost not to give delivery dates, and Sony is very, very good at that. So some other news as well. No Man's Sky. Sean Murray has tweeted out that No Man's Sky will have next-gen support, a free upgrade, I may add, for PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. So this includes fuller worlds, so there's going to be more actually in the world. And you just take this with a pinch of salt, guys. Sean Murray is not good at telling the truth. If you watch any of the interviews from the original No Man's Sky, it's concerning. But let's take this with a pinch of salt. This is what he has said in his tweet. He is going to have more fuller worlds. The save game transfer from PS4 to PS5 or Xbox One to Xbox Series X, 32-player multiplayer, 4K at 60 FPS, ultra visuals, vast base building, warp speed load times, crossplay, PS5 haptics, so that's the controller abilities that you have on the PS5, advanced audio, so this is both 3D audio and 3D spatial audio for the Xbox Series X and PS5, and also PSVR, which I found very interesting. So yeah, that's pretty good. They have released a new trailer, so do go and check that out, guys, as well. It shows more players in the world. I'm just going to read a little bit here. It says, on the Xbox consoles, there will be a slight difference between the Xbox Series X and Series S in one area. While both the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X can reach up to 4K 60, Series S users will have the option to choose between high quality resolution, so probably maybe 1440 or 4K at 30 FPS, or high performance mode, which is probably more likely 1440p or 1080p 60 FPS, with perhaps lower visuals or something like that. So the next gen No Man's Sky updates will be available for the PlayStation 5 and Series X when the consoles launch. So this is something I do want to know, and I wish these companies like Rockstar, who make GTA 5, I wish they'd let us know if the updates are going to be available on launch. Obviously the No Man's Sky update is available at launch. I hope they tell us some stuff about some of the other games as well, whether they're going to be available at launch. They should be giving dates for these kind of things, because there's a lot of people, I imagine, that will want to go back and play these old games. Like, I desperately want to go back and play Jedi Fallen Order, and I don't know if they're going to do an upgraded graphics, or if I put the disc in the Xbox Series X, is it going to run 60 FPS anyway? Because, to be honest, I would just rather play it at 60 FPS this time in 4K, so that'd be a nice upgrade. But anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. Another bit of news for you. Just to let anyone know who is interested, I am not going to be making a video Friday, Saturday or Sunday. The next video will probably be Tuesday, so no Monday either, and yeah, we'll go from there. But thank you so much for watching my video. I do appreciate it, guys. Please leave a like and share the support, and I'll see you in future ones. Bye bye for now.